If you ever hear laughter coming from the school basement at night, run. Don't try to find out who's laughing. Just run. Because what we saw down there, it still haunts me. My name is Kemi. I was 15 when it happened. It was during second term, and our boarding school in the village was always full of strange stories. Some were silly, like the one about a girl who turned into a rat because she stole from the dining hall. But there was one story no one ever laughed about. The basement. The teachers always warned us, don't go near that door at the end of the dining hall. They said it led to the old basement that had been locked since the fire many years ago. Nobody ever explained what really happened. Some said students died there. Others said it was where bad children were taken in the past and never seen again. We didn't know the truth. But we all knew the feeling. That place had a presence. If you ever walked too close to the basement door, your skin would feel cold, like you stepped into a shadow. Even during the hottest days, that corner stayed dark. Too quiet. Too still. But one night, my friends, Tolu, Blessing, and I were feeling bored. It was after night prep. The seniors were at night duty. Everyone else was sleeping. But we wanted to prove we were brave. We waited until the lights went out, then snuck out with a small torch Blessing brought from home. The halls were quiet, only the sound of crickets and the wind blowing through broken windows. We tiptoed into the dining hall. It was colder than usual. The air felt thick, like something was watching. But none of us said anything. We just looked at the basement door. For the first time, it was slightly open. Like it was waiting. Tolu whispered, "You sure?" I nodded. My heart was racing, but I didn't want to be the one to back out. I was tired of being called smelly. We pushed the door gently. It creaked open. The wood looked burnt around the edges, black and dry like charcoal. Dust flew into our faces. Cobwebs clung to the doorway like old warning signs. We looked at each other. Then slowly, we started going down. The stairs were narrow and wooden, and they creaked under our weight. The light from the torch shook in Blessing's hand. I could see her fingers trembling. The basement was dark. Really dark. And cold, freezing cold. I remember thinking it didn't feel like normal cold. It felt like the kind of cold that wanted to stay inside your body. As we stepped onto the basement floor, the torchlight flashed across the walls. That's when we saw them. Rows of school uniforms. Just hanging on the walls. Dozens of them. All neatly arranged, like someone had ironed and prepared them for morning assembly. At first, we thought they were just old. Maybe the school used to store uniforms down here. But something felt wrong. The uniforms were standing up, not hanging, not folded, standing, like people were inside them. Then they moved. Not all at once. Just one at first. A sleeve twitched. A collar turned. Then another moved. And another. I stood frozen. My legs didn't listen to me. My mouth was open, but no sound came out. I felt my heartbeat in my ears. Blessing gasped. They are looking at us. I wanted to say no. I wanted to tell her she was imagining it. But she was right. One of the uniforms was facing us now. The empty collar twisted like a head turning. Then another one stepped forward. No sound. No footsteps. But we heard something. A voice. Soft and scratchy like it hadn't been used in years. "Where's your own uniform?" That was it. Blessing screamed and dropped the torch. It rolled across the dusty floor, and for a split second, the beam flashed across the whole basement. We saw more uniforms. Not just one row. The whole room was filled with them. Standing. Watching. Waiting. Tolu turned to run and tripped. I grabbed his arm and yanked him up. He looked at me with tears in his eyes. I had never seen him cry before. We didn't look back. We just ran. We ran up those stairs like mad people. I don't even remember touching the steps. My legs moved on their own. The moment we reached the top, the basement door slammed shut behind us. It was locked again. Like nothing ever happened. We banged and shouted until the matron heard us and came to open the dining hall. We told her everything. She slapped us first, then took us to the principal. They beat us for sneaking out and said we were telling lies. They told us to shut up and forget what we saw. But I know what I saw. And the scariest part. The next morning during assembly, a new girl joined our class. She wore a very old version of our school uniform, the kind with the old badge we don't use anymore. Nobody else seemed to find that strange. But when I looked at her face, it looked exactly like one of the uniforms I saw in the basement. She sat near me, smiled, and whispered, "See you again soon. If you're in school and there's a place everyone avoids, don't be curious. Some doors are locked for a reason. Because not everyone comes back."